What's up, Monobrats? It's Spiritual Gaudi, and welcome to part 3 of What If Naruto Graduated Early. So, the previous part, I think it's uploaded at this point, but yeah, the previous part was well interesting where I decided where the whole Chunin exams arc till the finals had happened, and this video is gonna be continuation of that. So, if you guys didn't watch the previous parts, go check in the link in the description below. I think I would have posted, yeah, but yeah, go check in the link in the description below or the icons above where you want to go with. So yeah, without wasting your time, without any further ado, let's get watching. So our story would start off with Naruto, because Naruto is the main character. But yeah, Naruto would be training with Guy, and because Guy, since Jiraiya isn't training him, and why is Jiraiya isn't training him, I have said that in the previous video. You can go check it out. As I said, hell yeah, best YouTuber of all time. I'm a best YouTuber of all time. See how I'm sponsoring my own videos. But anyways, Guy would be training Naruto to develop more of the gates, and a month would pass. And here's the place where I'm going to tell what Naruto's abilities are. I'm not going to inform every jutsu that Naruto has, but yeah, Naruto's abilities are his taijutsu, which is the Gyoken jutsu, which is the main taijutsu style of Lee and Might Guy, as well as I think Metal Guy. I don't know what Metal really uses, but I think it should be the jutsus that, the taijutsu style that both Lee and Guy use. But yeah, as I said, he would have the Joken style, and then he would have the gates. Now the gates, he can open up to 4th gate. Yeah, in the previous video I said that he was able to open up to 3rd gate, but now since Guy can only focus on Naruto because Neji is going to go to, you would say, Neji has gone to the Hyuga clan to further explore his taijutsu, and he finally unlocks the 8 diagrams 263. Yeah, the 8 diagrams 256 palms. Basically the highest palm rotation that the Hyuga currently has, which is the 8 diagrams 256 palms, which is the double of what Neji already had in this amount of time, that being 8 diagrams 64 palms. But anyways, let's talk about Naruto. Now his main elements are 3, or he can use 2 types of elements, that being wind and fire. But he also has a 3rd element, that being lightning, because of his lightning training with Kakashi. Now Kakashi has taught Naruto Raikiri because he can't learn Chidori. Naruto can't learn Chidori, and Rasengan because Kakashi thought that his father's jutsu would suit Naruto the best. But Naruto also gets to learn that the Rasengan is still incomplete, so he needs to develop it. But since the whole ordeal for Chunin exam was happening, Naruto really didn't focus on that, but he does know how to use the Rasengan, and he uses the Rasengan similarly how he used in canon, that being with the Shadow Clones. And Naruto can use Raikiri on one hand, no problem with that. And then he would have a couple of wind style jutsus, couple of fire style jutsus, and a couple of lightning style jutsus, because lightning style jutsus are needed for Raikiri. And yeah, that's mostly it. That's it. If you might be thinking I'm gonna add Rasen Shuriken or Sealing Jutsus or something, but yeah, Naruto's not really specific for that because he's more of a taijutsu specialist, because he's been training with the taijutsu specialist after all. So the first match is between Sasuke versus Shikamaru. Now since Sasuke's match is at first, he doesn't come out late with the super cool entrance. He just comes normally and stands with the gonna be passing graduates of candidates. And since Dosu is dead by Gaara, and Gaara didn't hunt Lee because he's more in preparation with Naruto, so yeah, the first match would be Shikamaru versus Sasuke, and this match would be won by Sasuke, obviously. But Shikamaru would push Sasuke a lot, and Sasuke wouldn't be expecting that. He thought Shikamaru was just lazy, but Shikamaru's a fucking genius, man. The guy has an IQ of like 200 plus, I think so. It has 200 plus, right? So yeah, now Shikamaru has an IQ of 200 plus, which is able to push Sasuke, and he's almost able to defeat Sasuke, but Shikamaru still has a problem with his chakra being low, and he still gives up. And this makes Sasuke realize that he's not the strongest rookie after Naruto or Lee and Neji or something. There are also people who are as strong as him, by their own rules at least. This makes Sasuke realize that he's not the top dog around anymore. I mean, he kind of realized that 6 months ago when Naruto whooped his ass. But yeah, this is another reminder again. So as I said, Sasuke would be pushed to his limit, so he's kind of exhausted. And Shikamaru would lose, but as I said, would be still, yeah, as I didn't say anything, but as from the canon, he would still be named Chunin, which is good for Shikamaru, I guess. But the next match would be Naruto versus Neji. Now, I thought I would like to shift it, but the next match after Naruto versus Neji would be Gaara versus Shino. And I know Neji enough that Neji wouldn't give up like he did. So yeah. What about Kankuro? Actually, if I thought about it, I forgot about Kankuro, but let's just say that Dozo didn't die. Honestly, no one cares. Dozo didn't die, so Dozo's and Kankuro's match doesn't happen. Kankuro's there, so Dozo is dead, and since he is like free passed. And so, as I said, Naruto versus Neji, and Naruto needs to push himself hard. Okay, this battle is hi-fi. Neji almost uses his rotation technique, the rotation palm technique, as well as his 8 diagrams 256 palms. But Naruto, being a Naruto, he's able to win, but he's pushed to use to second gate. Now here's the thing: after being trained with Guy continuously for a month, his first gate efficiency is increased. His first gate is as efficient as a fourth gate user. Basically, if Naruto and Guy are like together, Naruto, when using the first gate, is as strong as Guy using the fourth gate, but not as strong as him. It's as the same power boost, basically, because Naruto has humongous amounts of chakra rather than Guy and Lee, where they have a little amount of chakra and they have to use gates for that. As I said, with Naruto and Neji fighting, Naruto is pushed enough to use the second gates, but Naruto still wins. The third match would be Shino versus Gaara, which Shino would effectively give up, because if you guys remember, Shino is a part of Team Kurenai, and Team Kurenai met with Gaara killing Leaf Ninjas, so Shino would effectively give up, and Gaara would be pissed off, but he realizes what the next match is for him, that is, and he would be interested. The next match would be Sasuke versus Kankuro, and Kankuro would give up because he doesn't want to show off his techniques, because he knows about the invasion coming. And Sasuke is pretty bummed out, but he needs his stamina. For either of Naruto, he knows that he's gonna face either Naruto or Sasuke. But either Naruto or Gaara. And he's mostly betting on Naruto winning, which is spoiler alert. Yes, Naruto wins. But yeah, so he's completely want to save his stamina. So I think for this, it's good for Sasuke that Kankuro gave up. But yeah, the next match is Naruto versus Gaara, the most anticipated fight of all Chunin exams. Why? Because Naruto and Gaara are both Jinchurikis of 1 tails and 9 tails respectively. That's number one. Number two, Naruto wants revenge against Gaara for almost breaking Lee's body. And Gaara is very much excited, and his mother, that being Shikaku, is telling him to use kill Naruto because Naruto is holding Kurama. So yeah, the fight would start with Naruto removing his ankle weights immediately because he knows that he doesn't need weights because weights are just going to hold him back right now. And Naruto quickly, with his immense speed that outspeeding Lee's one, he's able to make good punches and kicks. But effectively, Naruto needs to use the gates. And Naruto used the first gate, which is, as I said, is equivalent to the boost of fourth gate. And we all know that Lee in the fourth gate whooped Gaara's ass. And here, Naruto, who has the same power boost as the fourth gate, while using the first gate, is whooping Gaara's ass. There's no one saving Gaara from getting his ass whooped because Gaara is still weak without his sand. And Naruto already seeing how to counter his sand, she is easily able to whoop Gaara's ass. And Naruto decides to go upper because he wants to completely decimate Gaara. And then he goes to second gate, which gives us as a power boost as the eighth gate. And we are having almost as the same fight as the Might guy versus Madara. Hell yeah. Naruto completely, and I'm not underestimating, do not underestimate this two gates Naruto versus Gaara. Naruto completely annihilates Gaara to the point where his defenses are useless. This fight shocks everyone. Sasuke is sweating and he doesn't even know he can do this or not. Naruto is basically brute forcing his way towards Gaara's defense, completely destroying it and beating the absolute motherfucking shit of Gaara. And this beating of Gaara eventually leads him to use the sand eggshell, basically covering himself with sand while he transforms into half Chicago state. And Naruto tries to punch and kick, but it doesn't work. So Naruto sticks to the wall and he smirks. This is the first time he is using jutsu in front of anyone. So he starts making hand signs. Kakashi instantly realizes what he's doing and gives a small smile, and with his eye in a U shape. And that's Sasuke kind of wanting to see what this is. It kind of is similar to his Chidori, but it's different. For what odd reason, he doesn't know. But that's when he realizes, he remembers what Kakashi told him about his lightning jutsu. There are two variations of the lightning blade, that being Raikiri, which is the original lightning blade, and Chidori, which is the alternator of lightning blade, which is used for the Sharingan. So now Sasuke just blinks and turns towards Kakashi, looking at him and asking him how the hell Naruto knows this. And that's when Kakashi reminds Sasuke about his favor that Kakashi held for Naruto, and Naruto wanted jutsus, and Kakashi taught him 2 jutsus. And when Sasuke asks 2 jutsus, Kakashi just says this and another one. And Sasuke asks, what is the other one? Kakashi just smirks and shrugs it off. And let's go to Naruto. Guy is super happy seeing his. Guy is conflicted. He's super happy, but he's kind of not jealous, but confused about why the hell Naruto is using this. But Kakashi explaining to him, Guy realizes that he needs to pierce the stand so he could get to Gaara. So as I said, the Naruto starts charging the Raikiri, but adding Raikiri with the gates is kind of becomes a mutation. The lightning travels towards his body, giving him a weird look, like mostly Raikage's lightning cloak, right? It gives him that kind of look. And everyone, especially people who know Raikage, personally, is kind of shocked, especially the third Hokage, seeing this. And Naruto teleports. Okay, Sasuke, Kakashi cannot. Nobody can see Naruto. He was in front of the wall before, and now he's in front of Gaara. Everyone saw him teleport, and all they saw was a blue and orange flash. That's it. That's all they saw. No one, and I repeat, no motherfucking one saw Naruto move. Naruto, as I said, is in front of Gaara's sand cocoon. Yeah, it's called sand cocoon, and shoves his Raikiri into the sand cocoon, piercing Gaara as well. And Gaara shouts, "My blood!" That whole scene happens, which Gaara completely goes berserk, releasing his half-tailed Shikaku form. Temari and Kankuro jump in to take Gaara out of here, but Naruto, seeing them interfering, he quickly disappears. So Kankuro and Temari would jump in the stadium to help Gaara and take him out of the stadium, but Naruto realizes this, sees them coming, and he realizes that they want to remove Gaara for some odd reason. So Naruto quickly disappears from his place and appears in front of Gaara. Not Gaara, Temari and Kankuro, one punching them and knocking them to the ground, and then he continues his fight. He also kind of notes that there's a genjutsu going on for some odd reason, but Naruto doesn't push at it. Doesn't care about it because he's fighting Gaara. He's got to fight a damn Jinchuriki. Remember, Naruto still is at the first gate yet. So Naruto attacks Gaara, but Gaara is able to defend much easily, which Naruto notes, realizing that this transformation is due to his Jinchuriki side or the Biju side. So he decides to step it up, causing him to go to the second gate, which gives the power boost of the 8th gate. And we all know how strong the 8th gate is. So yeah, Gaara is destroyed, beat the shit out of him. Yeah, in the second gate, Gaara really can't do anything. Yeah, so Naruto is starting to beat the shit out of him. Now, what's happening actually? Let's go to the other side. Well, since Gaara went to partial Biju state, Orochimaru decided to start his plan, and told Kabuto to use the genjutsu, which would surround everyone and put them to sleep, except for a couple of people who get rid of this genjutsu. The civilians are trapped, and Naruto, who's like a chakra surrounding right now, so he doesn't get affected by the genjutsu. And all the ninjas realize that, Konoha ninjas realize that it's an invasion, and they start fighting the enemies that they attack. Now let's go to Naruto. Naruto pauses his beatdown of Gaara to realize what the hell is happening, but that's when Guy tries to jump in, but Naruto says that he'll handle this, beating the shit out of Gaara, that is, while everyone handles the other soldiers. Guy looks at Naruto for a couple of seconds and nods, and Kakashi is kind of surprised but also nods because he trusts Naruto to handle this, because he knows he doesn't fully know how strong Naruto is, because he has never went all out in any of their fight. Actually, if Kakashi thinks about it, Naruto and Kakashi haven't really fought each other except for not even once, except for the fight that he had with Team 7. Kakashi really doesn't know what type of how many gates Naruto can use, so it's kind of a testing. Sasuke wants to jump in, but Kakashi stops him, says that it is Naruto's battle, and let Naruto finish this. Sasuke knows that because, if the invasion stops, he has to fight Naruto, or that was gonna happen, but the invasion kind of blew it up, so he needs to remove some rage, so he attacks the enemies. Now Naruto here, as I said, Naruto is after telling Guy what to do, he starts again beating down on Gaara. Gaara gets super pissed off and goes to his third 3/4 transformed state. Except for his eyes and a couple of things, everything is covered by sand. And Naruto goes to third gate to again beat the shit out of Gaara. Gaara, realizing that this Naruto kid is completely wiping us off and making sure that Gaara doesn't have an existence, Gaara snaps, and then he starts doing hand signs, causing him to release Shikaku. Now the amount of chakra that Gaara has used, I mean the amount of chakra that is radiating of Shikaku is enough to awake everyone in the stadium, those who were sleeping. And those Genins and the villages that could fight are fighting, while Orochimaru and Saratobi just stop their fight and see what is going on. And the Hokages that has been reanimated also see what is going on, and they kind of Hashirama curses himself for thinking that no Bijus would be used on a village, because he thought Bijus should be used as a sign of treat, as a sign of peace. But here it is, the one of the Bijus that he caught is roaming around in his own village. So yeah. Anyways, Orochimaru commands the both Hokage to fight Hiruzen, and Hiruzen just prays that Naruto gets through this, where he continues fighting. Now, what about Jiraiya? Well, Jiraiya isn't in Konoha right now because he was never brought back to Konoha. So Jiraiya is still roaming around in the his around the elemental villages. So he just, as I said, Jiraiya isn't here, so Naruto is the only one who can even fight it. Now let's go back to Naruto. Now Naruto, seeing this monstrosity of a thing, realizes that he can't hold back, so he goes to fourth gate. Now fourth gate has a power boost of 16, and each gate gives a power boost of. So anyways, the gates, when someone activates the gates, they maintain a constant limit of the amount of chakra flowing through the body, limiting the use of chakra to forcefully override and enabling the user to draw upon strength that is dozens of times his usual level. That means it's around dozens. That means 20 times boost for each gate. But that would be normal for if Lee used it. But if Naruto uses it, and since his chakra is way higher than Lee Guy combined, Naruto's power boost would be times 4. As I said, whenever he activates a gate, he gets a 4 times boost. For normally, that is. Meaning when Naruto activates his first gate, he has the power of the fourth gate. Meaning the gates normally give a 20 times boost. I mean, the first gate gives a boost of 20 times. Add that to Naruto's version of the gates, Naruto would get a boost of 80 times. That's per gate. And now currently Naruto is at the fourth gate, meaning Naruto would get around 320 times of a boost, which is humongous for Naruto. Yes, it is humongous if you guys think about it. Since Naruto is at 320 times stronger than before, he's able to jump humongously high and kick the Biju square in the face, launching it a little behind, but not that much. Then Naruto uses Shadow Clone to help move in the air, because he has to move in the air, he can't fly or anything yet, that is. He uses the Shadow Clone to throw himself towards to the Biju and gives another punch. Then uses another Shadow Clone to get another punch after punch after punch, using the same tactic. Now, each Biju has a humongous amount of chakra which exceeds Naruto. But the thing is, they are not impervious to damage, meaning they would get hit. For example, when in the canon timeline, when Naruto fought Gaara, Naruto using his summoning jutsu and summoning Gamabunta was able to injure Shikaku quite a bit. And even Kurama has been, you could say, Kurama has also been injured couple of times, especially while fighting Minato. So it shows that the Bija are not pervious to attacks, and Naruto having a 320 times boost is not overwhelming this Shikaku, but is damaging him quite a bit. And whenever Shikaku tries to retaliate, Naruto just uses Shadow Clone as a bait and throws himself away from it, and easily able to maneuver through air. Everyone in the village that is woken up everyone that was in the stadium, the civilians, all see Naruto just one-on-one fighting with a tailed beast, just like the fourth Hokage did, one-on-one fighting with the tailed beast. After that, Naruto decides that he has to end it now because he's feeling something is gonna go wrong. It's just a feeling, you know. So he goes to the fifth gate, which is a 400 times boost to his base power. And Shikaku, even if he's a tail beast, he's the weakest of one. And a base power, let's say, of 700. If let's just say that if Naruto has a base power of 700, add that to the 400 times boost, it would be, yeah, as I said, now if Naruto's base power level is at 700 and adding gates, the fifth gate, which is at a power boost of 400, it would give Naruto a total base power or a total power of 210,000. And as I said, even if Shikaku is a Biju, 210,000 is humongous. I would say that Shikaku would be around 110, 120 mostly, but yes, 210 easily. Naruto is able to punch the damn Shikaku, like he sends it flying. But Naruto realizes that he needs to seal it again, but he doesn't know how the hell he should. But then he remembers how Gaara removed it from his body. So Naruto just deduces that he can slap Gaara out of it, and Gaara would put Shikaku inside his body, and he does that, sending a shadow clone punch towards Gaara, which wakes up Gaara, and it makes the seal retract Shikaku back into the Gaara, and Gaara falls down while Naruto is also falling down, but he lands safely while Gaara, not having really any power to do anything, he just falls down back first, and Gaara slowly gets up and backs away while Naruto just starts walking towards him with the ground cracking here and there. He would slowly walk to Gaara, and Gaara would fear for Naruto, but how Gaara says that he doesn't want Naruto to erase his existence, but Naruto does the talk no jutsu to Gaara, and after that, that's when the siblings wake up, that being Kankuro and Tamari, and try to attack Naruto, seeing Gaara down. But Naruto just easily dodges and tells them to get out of here because he needs other things to do and he can't waste time in there. And all three siblings take this opportunity easily, and they just pick up Gaara and get out of the stadium. Now Naruto, with his humongous chakra boost, is able to sense the entire village, and he senses that snakes are attacking here, which the ninjas are not really able to do something. So he makes 3 shadow clones, where 2 going to where the snakes are, and 1 going to the next opponent that he has in mind. Now since Jiraiya isn't here, he isn't there to deal with the snakes, meaning Naruto has to do it on himself. So he uses shadow clone. Naruto then jumps, cracking the ground, and just is so high in the air that he even passes the barrier and stuff. He's just high in the air where he can see the battle between the 3 Hokages and Orochimaru. He creates a shadow clone to push him towards that place, aiming for Orochimaru, and he perfectly lands where he wanted to aim, giving a kick straight into Orochimaru's face, sending him to the ground, knocking him out, and also undoing the transformation. I don't think just because Orochimaru is knocked out, it would undo. And since Orochimaru already gave the command to Hokages to kill Hiruzen, they just have to continue going on. And Naruto gets up and sees the 2 Hokages attacking his Gigi, and he would again run towards both the Hokages, punch both of them to paper. Yeah, he punches them to paper, and then he gets his body starts paining immensely. So he gets up, he like gets down on his knees and deactivates the gates. And Hiruzen, seeing this, realizes that he has to end this. So he quickly walks towards Orochimaru, but that's when the sound 4 come in. But Naruto, seeing this, activates the gates, the fifth gate again. Then honestly, at the speed that he's going, he actually teleports towards where the sound 4 are and quickly beats the shit out of him and knocks them out. Naruto again using the fifth gate is kind of exhausting for him, so he again drops down to his knees and deactivates the gate. But that's when Gigi or Hiruzen realizes that he needs to end this, so he starts doing some hand seals, which Naruto doesn't really know what it is, but he kind of remembers it seeing somewhere. But since his memory is not that good, it's like been a year and a half ago. So yeah, that's when Hiruzen completes the seals and from him comes out Shinigami. And yes, Hiruzen is using Reaper Death Seal. He tells the Shinigami to what needs to be done, and Shinigami just puts his hand through Hiruzen, grabs Orochimaru, seals inside Hiruzen, and yanks his soul off and puts it inside. But that's when all the Jonin that were outside the barrier come in to see Hiruzen falling, but Naruto quickly catches him. But that's when Hiruzen, in the last of his breath, adds his remaining chakra to his throat and shouts, for him, that is. Everyone in the entire village could hear him at this point. So what he shouts is, "You've grown well, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Your parents, Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, would be so proud of you. And goodbye." And that's he just cancels his chakra from his throat, and he just falls down. He just closes his eyes, seeing Naruto crying for the last time, and takes his last breath. And Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, has died, taking Orochimaru with him. This kind of breaks Naruto, and he starts crying while holding Hiruzen's body too close to his chest, and all this adrenaline and the pain in his body while using the fifth gate is too much for him, and he gets knocked off. And the next he wakes in the hospital. He doesn't know where he is, but that's when Guy comes in and explains the situation. Naruto thinks that it is a lie, but Guy explains that Hiruzen, third Hokage, has died, and the village has realized that Naruto is the fourth Hokage's son. Naruto does remember that, Gigi did tell him that he was the fourth Hokage's son, so yeah. Naruto just gets up, gets dressed, and goes to the funeral where they mourn Hiruzen. But everyone mostly watches Naruto what he's doing, because a secret has been spilled. Naruto is the son of Namikaze Minato and Kushina Uzumaki, and they have been staring at their hero's son, who is also a hero because he defeated the one-tailed Jinchuriki and the Biju in his own, not using Gamabunta like Minato did. So yeah, the civilians start worshipping Naruto as a hero, and yeah, a time passes after the funeral is done, and the next Hokage is questioned, but that's when there's a discussion going on about who should be the next Hokage. There are people suggesting Jiraiya, but there's one civilian who suggests Naruto. Now that causes a chain reaction to all the civilians voting their hands for Naruto, while the shinobi are kind of concerned. But that's when Kakashi, who has taken the place seat of the Hatake clan, also votes for a option for Naruto. Since Naruto is completely one-shotted a Biju on his own, remember there was no help. He defeated a Biju on his own. He defeated Orochimaru, both the Hokages, on his own. The only reason that Orochimaru is dead was because Hiruzen decided to use the Reaper Death Seal to take Orochimaru to his, death. If it didn't happen, Orochimaru mostly would have still been alive, but Naruto did knock him unconscious with just one kick and just defeat the both Hokages, reanimation, which the Anbus that were watching the fight confirm about how Hiruzen was having trouble while fighting them, and Naruto one-shotted them. And this kind of makes the council angry, or the elders more specifically, Hamura, Koharu, and especially Danzo. Now Danzo wants to become Hokage and he votes for such, but the support for Naruto is just way too much. The other two elders bring up the fact that Naruto is inexperienced, but Kakashi just replies shadow clone, and that convinces the rest of the clans that were hesitant to vote against Naruto to accept the fact that Naruto should be the new Hokage. Now everyone is in the council is voting for Naruto except for the three elders, and since the majority vote is taken, Naruto is the new fifth Hokage, which is broken down to him, and he just blankly stares at the person who broke down to him, which is Kakashi. Naruto's like, what? And Kakashi, after explaining this to him, Naruto just looks at Kakashi, then shrugs, then just goes out of the village. Not the village, he just goes out of his house, goes up to the fourth Hokage as well. I forgot what it's called, fourth Hokage's head in the Hokage monument, and then he shouts, I am the new Hokage, motherfuckers. I mean, he doesn't say motherfuckers, but yeah, he just shouts that he's the new Hokage, which everyone in the village cheers. And it kind of gives a celebrity movement. The Genins, or now Chunins, currently they still haven't graduated, are freaking awestruck, confused, pissed off. For some people, that is Kiba mostly, is pissed off. Sasuke is, he's just okay with it. He just saw Naruto defeating a being he couldn't hope to defeat. One-shotting him. Yeah, sure, he might be growing strong, but this is just way out of his league. And this is gonna change something. Now, Naruto's been stated as the Hokage, but the official is still time, because he needs to get in the place of the Hokage. He needs the knowledge and stuff like that, right? So it takes a while, but Naruto is unofficially the Hokage. So Naruto uses his shadow clones, creating a bunch, thousands of them, and starts just scrolling through every single file, jutsus, documents, everything in the Hokage room. And Naruto just completely exhausts himself with chakra exhaustion and headache. But the next day, due to the Kyuubi's chakra, he just yanks out of bed healthy, and that goes for a week. While Naruto learns jutsus after new jutsus with the scrolls and stuff like that. Yeah, he learns new jutsus after jutsus, reading the scrolls, and the new jutsus, the new documents, and all stuff, freaking mind-boggling stuff which he didn't even know. And hell, he even finds the third Hokage's diary, which is interesting. And after reading it, he's kind of pissed about what the hell this village has become. He didn't know that this village was made up of sacrifices. That the Uchiha was sacrificed for the village, how he was sacrificed for the village, how his parents, Naruto, which is accepted that his father is Naruto, his father is Minato Namikaze, and his mom is Kushina Uzumaki, and the diary kind of reveals who orchestrated the entire Uchiha plan, Danzo. Now that's when Itachi comes along to Itachi and Kisame come along to snatch the Jinchuriki. But when they hear about this, Itachi is especially surprised. A 13-year-old kid is a freaking Hokage. He really doesn't want to question this, but kind of he did kill his entire family while he was 13, so it's kind of possible, but yeah. So that's when Asuma and Kurenai would like have a little spark. Kurenai would be embarrassed. Asuma would get his ass kicked. Kakashi would come in while getting his ass kicked, but someone else would also come in. Guy and Naruto and Sasuke. Now Naruto kind of sensed something going on, and it was kind of familiar to Sasuke, so he brought Sasuke to him. And now just before bringing Sasuke, he explained everything to him. He called Sasuke one day to his office, illegal one, I mean unofficial office, and he told the entirety of what happened during the Uchiha night to Sasuke. And Sasuke, being pissed is an understatement. He's fucking bloodthirsty. And not the village though. He kind of understand why Hitachi had to do it. No, he's bloodthirsty at the village, the elders, and he wants to kill them right now. But Naruto calms him down, and during this whole week, he has gained more knowledge and not experience, but more realization that emotions while ruling a village is kind of costly. So he calms him down, and that's when Naruto notices something. Sasuke has the Mangekyo, that's what it's called from Gigi's notes, design, and he points them to Sasuke, and Sasuke realizes that he has finally unlocked the Mangekyo. Now, if you guys didn't know, Mangekyo can also be unlocked by seeing or hearing or any bad news that someone close to him has died. And after realizing the entire Uchiha massacre, Sasuke unlocked the Sharingan, Eternal Mangekyo, after listening to Tobi. So, listening to Naruto, who's not making up lies and showing the record of what really happened, is kind of traumatizing for Sasuke. And so yeah, it does make him unlock the Sharingan. And so first Naruto decides to make a plan. First he needs to make a plan, and that is to bring Itachi back, because he knows that he needs to kill Danzo, and Danzo being a guy is not risk, it's a humongous risk that Danzo keeps living on. Sasuke agrees with this, but although reluctantly, he just wants to go right now and kill Danzo if needed. But yeah. So anyways, so as I said, Itachi and Kisame are met by Naruto, Sasuke, and Might Guy. Naruto has a robe around us, which is Jonin, since he has been graduated, because he needs to become a Jonin before he becomes Hokage and stuff. And he tells Guy to handle Kisame, and Guy is all happy too, and Kisame is all happy too. So he just takes Kisame, and Naruto and Sasuke stare down to. Naruto and Sasuke stare down. So what is his name? Itachi. But that's when Naruto starts doing some hand seals with Itachi, like activating Sharingan to see what it is. But he sees a silencing jutsu, a barrier and a silencing jutsu, which is placed around all three of them. And that's when Naruto explains how he knows about the truth of the Uchiha clan, about how Sasuke also knows it. And Sasuke, wanting to show up his brother, activates his Mangekyo. This kind of saddens Itachi, and because he didn't want his brothers to know about it before he died. But yeah, then Naruto gives an option. We can kill Danzo together, or not together. It's your choice. Itachi gets this. Naruto is an unofficial Hokage. He's going to be Hokage in a couple of days. This is going to be his first, real mission, more or less. Does Itachi want to do this? Hell yeah. He agrees it. And then that's when Itachi has what's going to happen with, Guy, But that's when Naruto just what's gonna happen with Kisame and Guy. Naruto just says that Guy is gonna handle it, and just as Naruto predicted, Guy goes sixth gate and completely destroys Kisame's ass. He doesn't even let Kisame power up because Naruto has explained what while coming through what needs to be done. And Guy, well, knowing that his student is a Hokage, is gladly listening to him. Well, so yeah, that's where we're gonna leave for this episode, guys. I know I have made a humongous like a plot turner that Naruto became fifth Hokage at so young. But yeah, the next episode is mostly gonna go about how Naruto is gonna adjust to the Hokage position and the Shippuden arc. So yeah, that's all for this episode, guys. If you guys like this video, like, share, subscribe, do the necessary stuff. And if you don't, I can understand. Peace out.